Good morning, all. Once again, good evening and good morning, one and all.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, hope you are able to hear me, right?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah.
Yes.
One second. Hope you are able to see the screen also.
Yes.
Like yesterday, we were discussing something about what are the different modules and what is the prerequisites to learn this particular course, correct? What are the things we need to, in the sense, again, I'm reiterating. So, who are eligible for this particular course? What are the prerequisites for this particular course? Okay. The thing is, as I said, that all the BCom commerce graduates, postgraduates in commerce, all business administration people, MBA, BBAs, and BBA, BTech with MBA finance or BTech with any general, because whatever BTech people are there, we are covering 15 to 20% of financial manual accounting also. The basic core accounting also we are going to cover. Okay. And again, I would like to go here. See, because of SAP, because of SAP, because of SAP FICO, whatever you call. Okay. With this particular course, with this particular ERP, so earlier commerce students used to work as an BPOs. Okay. Maximum they can work in BPOs or KPOs. KPOs, captive businesses, and max to max investment banking. So where we can view ourselves, in the sense, after completion of our course, either we can work as an BPO industry or KPO industry or captive industry or investment banking industry. But there was very less scope to work in IT sector, software side. Very less percentage earlier. Again, I'm telling 1%, hardly 1 or 2% people used to work in IT industry or software industry who belongs to commerce stream. But now, because of this particular SAP, whatever module we are calling FICO, finance and controlling, so with this particular course or particular knowledge, now almost 40% commerce graduates, commerce stream students are moving from non-IT, non-software, non-IT to IT industry. Clear? Non-IT to IT industry. Again, there is a chance. Again, I'm telling you, there may be a restriction in working in BPO, KPO, captive investment, according to my experience. As long as we grow in this particular industry, the opportunities as like you are gaining experience, okay, that is okay. Initial level, there would be huge requirement. So as long as we grow in these industries, clear, the opportunities will get decreased. Like as you grow to operations manager, okay, if you post as an entry level in Naukri or any other portals, right, you will get huge calls. But when it comes to you grow next level, you go in next level, then automatically the calls will get decreased. Clear? But here in IT industry, what was the thing is people will say that it's a bubble. No, it's not a bubble. At least for SAP, it's not a bubble. The opportunity, again, I said right yesterday, like they have a crystal clear roadmap till 2000. The last yesterday data statistics, they have a crystal, earlier it was having only 2028 roadmap, crystal clear roadmap till 2028 only. Means what are the features they need to add and everything. Now they have a crystal clear roadmap till 2042. Till 2042, what are the new changes need to be updated? What are the things, features need to be added? And everything, they have a crystal clear roadmap till 2042. Means what does it mean? Whoever working on this particular industry, they don't have any problem till 2042 who are having a skills. Again, I'm reiterating. Whoever are having a skill set, they don't have problem till 2042. Clear? So after that, do we have a problem? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because they have a vision till here, but automatically say they had earlier till 2028 only, and after that, now we are in 2023. Before 5 years only, they have extended their roadmap vision till 2042. You can expect. So automatically, as ERP era increases, clear, automatically your SAP is growing like anything. In any other ERPs, SAP is the ERP which is growing like anything. Clear? Huge opportunities are going to come. Again, I'm reiterating, the people who are taking step to move from non-SAP to SAP, this is the era where we can move it. Clear? After 2028, the chances will get decreased for new generation? No, absolutely not. But here, what is this particular era? We can learn both the things, ECC and as well as S4 HANA, whatever modules I said, ECC HANA, ECC version and S4 HANA version. We can learn. But after 2028, we will restrict ourselves to S4 HANA itself, not ECC. So there would be quite challenges to understanding directly on S4 HANA. Hope you got my point. Any questions here before we proceed to next? Yes, please. Any questions, if at all anyone having? Hope I'm audible, right?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Yes, sir,
Alright.
you're audible.
Fine.
No questions, sir.
Thanks. So here, again, I'll talk something about, first of all, before going to what is SAP, what is S4 HANA, clear? First of all, I would like to say, again, I told you that to get success in this particular environment, practice is the only mantra to get success. Again, I said, we don't have any rocket science for this. No logic is required. No programming knowledge is required. No programming knowledge is required. Only the requirement is basics of financial accounting for FI module. We are doing 2 modules in ECC, that is FI and CO module. Again, I am reiterating for everybody's benefit. Okay, only FI module, we need to have the basics of 15 to 20% of financial accounting knowledge, academic knowledge. Okay, okay. Irrespective, if you don't have that particular knowledge also, it's not a problem. Again, I'm telling you, probably we might forgot, because we will learn for passing scores or something else, right? So if we forget also, not an issue. We are going to cover that 15 to 20% accounting. Okay, 15 to 20% of financial accounting knowledge we are going to cover in this particular course wherever it requires. Wherever it requires. Hope you got my point. Right? So no need to worry that I don't have a knowledge on financial accounting. I forgot whatever basic rules and how to write a journal entry and all those stuff. We are going to cover that 15 to 20%. Means, okay, only 15 to 20% knowledge is sufficient. Yes, it's sufficient. This 15 to 20% knowledge is sufficient to get success in SAP environment. It is considered as an 100% knowledge. Whatever 20% we are going to cover, that becomes 100% in SAP environment. Because from what is debit, what is credit, how to write a journal entry, how to prepare a balance sheet, how many types of balance sheet, all those stuff, what your client expects from you regarding financial accounting knowledge, those things we are going to cover. Clear? So this for 15 to 20% is more than sufficient to reach, to do this particular practice, SAP, to get success in SAP environment. Is this clear, everyone? So here, say again, I'm telling you, what are the prerequisites to practice? What are the prerequisites for your practice? In the sense, again, I'm reiterating. So here, I'm going to give the complete course only. I'm going to give the complete course. Okay. But for your practice, two things you can do. One is you can install SAP server in your system. Systems in the sense it could be your desktop or laptop. Okay. Installation of SAP server in your system, either desktop or laptop. So what is the system requirement to install SAP? So as I said that we have two different versions. ECC we are going to cover in this particular course. We are going to cover ECC version, and next one we are going to cover S4 HANA version. Clear? ECC environment and S4 HANA environment. So what is the difference between ECC version and S4 HANA? I'll give you again simple this thing. ECC in the sense, as we discussed yesterday also, ERP central component. ERP central component. So here till 2013, SAP was introduced in the year 1972. SAP was introduced in the year 1972. Okay, and it has developed SAP application only. SAP software only they have developed. Okay, and from 1972, from beginning of 1972, whatever data it needs to store. Okay, SAP doesn't have its own database. SAP didn't have its own database. Okay, from 1972 till 2013. Till 2013, from 1970 to 2013, SAP had its own software. SAP had its own applications. SAP had its own products. But to store the data, SAP didn't have its own database till 2013. SAP didn't have. SAP was dependent on third-party databases. What are the third-party databases? I'm taking few examples. SQL database, Oracle database, DBase database, Microsoft Dynamics database, and many more. Okay, so SAP application was SAP till 2013, but where it needs to use the data, somewhere we need to store the data, correct? So it was taking third parties database help. Third party database. What is the challenges it has faced? Clear? See, I'll tell you. See, for example, you had your own property, but to store gold or gold ornament, jewelry or cash or whatever it is, you had a lot. But to store that particular property, you don't have a space where it needs to store. So what you did is, some part you stored in bank. Okay, some part you stored in you're stored in your friend's place. Some part you stored in your relative's place. Clear? So you are having your own property. Okay, but storing wherever you want to store, you have a limited options, or you need to depend on third party. Does it save if we save? Does it save if we store that particular property in third parties' house or banks or whatever it is? Absolutely not. So till 2013, SAP was faced a lot of challenges when it was storing its own data into third-party databases, tenants databases. So majority clients across the globe has given many issues, faced many issues. So that's the reason SAP was okay. Other ERPs like Oracle, other ERPs were giving competition, cutthroat, not cutthroat exactly, but they were giving competition. Why? Because only the reason was SAP is very high performance. Performance was damn good when compared to other ERPs. Okay, but only the drawback was it didn't have its own database. And see, client, how the clients can trust, because I'm using SAP, but it didn't have its own database to store. So that could be, see, data is the most important for any business. Correct? We are dependent on SAP, and SAP is dependent on other third-party databases. How secure it is if SAP is dependent on third-party databases. Correct? So that's the reason majority clients used to took step back to implement SAP. Okay. So in the year 2013, SAP announced that they are going to have their own database. Their own database. Okay, and they named it as an HANA database. I'll give you what is HANA and all those stuff. Just for time being, just remember what is HANA. HANA is SAP own database, which was introduced in the year 2013. Okay, and before that, SAP was having dependent on third-party databases. Okay, so there are different versions in SAP. Okay, so what are those versions? In the sense, I'll show you that. Again, we are going to repeat that. See here. See, again, SAP, as I said, that 1972, it's 1972, it's not 1973. Okay, first system was introduced. SAP was R1 system. R stands for real time. I'll tell you what is this 1, 2, 3 and all stuff. So 1 is nothing but 1 tier, 1 layer, 1 server. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about what is R1, R2, R3. Okay. Till here, system in the year 1972. Okay. You can make it as a 1972. Next one, mainframe system. R2 was introduced in the year 1980. Okay, and R3 was introduced in the year 1992. See, earlier till here, mainframes. Okay, SAP was doing only one activity, that is this. SAP was used to call it as an ERP, but they used to take care only application called payroll application. Till 1980, SAP used to do only one, like Tally is accounting software. It will do only accounting. Oracle financials, right? It used to do it will do only finance part, right? JD Edwards, that is another ERP that will do only production and planning, right? PeopleSoft, only HR activity. Those are restricted. Like that, SAP was also restricted till 1980 or 90. It was used to do only the payroll application, payroll generation, like PeopleSoft. But in the year 1992, they came up with Enterprise Edition. What do you mean by an Enterprise Edition? In the sense, they came up with not only a payroll application, they have entered into finance. Okay, they were doing giving solutions to finance, controlling, CO module, right? And material management module, and sales and distribution module. Like this. So they have extended their solutions, not only a payroll applications, it used to support finance, right? So any firm wants to do their accounting and finance things. So complete end-to-end solution it used to give. And controlling module, that the finance is nothing but for external decision making purpose, where we prepare our profit and loss account, balance sheet, okay, and trial balances. Those reports are useful for internal and external purpose. Correct? When it comes to controlling, CO module is nothing but your cost accounting, completely for internal decision making purpose, to fix the pricing and all those stuff, this particular module. So from 1992 onwards, SAP has given solutions to these particular modules. Nothing but module is nothing but, remember, it's kind of department. In any organization, we will have a number of departments: payroll department, finance department, controlling department, material management department, is sales and advertisement department. Like, so here we call in general as a departments, but in SAP we call it as a module. Each department we call it as in one module, right? This is nothing but finance department or finance module in SAP, controlling department or controlling module in SAP, right? Department, it's nothing but module in SAP. Clear? In that way, so they give it as an enhancement package. Sorry, central component, enterprise edition, enterprise. So whatever small enterprises to big enterprises, they will have n number of departments. So for few departments, it used to support. It used to support this. So that's the reason they used to call it as a enterprise edition. Enterprise edition till from 92 onwards. What do you mean by enterprise edition? It extended, it's supposed to few more departments. Clear? In the same way, in the year 2006 till 1992, SAP was not that much popular. Till 2004. Because other softwares used to give support to all these departments. But in the year 2004, it came up with one concept called central component. Okay. ECC, we call it as an ECC.
Sir, I have a question. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
Sir, do we have to remember all these things actually?
For your knowledge sake, I'm giving this.
Okay. I was just thinking that
You
do we
need
have to remember
differentiate,
this?
right? See, if somebody is asking you what is the difference between enterprise edition to ERP central component, what is ECC? Right? Automatically, you will remember in future. That's it. But it's not mandatory to remember versions and all. No one will
Okay.
ask you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. But you need to have a knowledge. That's the reason I'm reiterating all this stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So here in the year 2004, and you need not to remember the years also. Again, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a consultant job to remember these particular things, but sometimes they may ask, the interviewer may ask. Okay,
Okay.
that is the reason I'm covering it. So here
Okay.
ECC is nothing but your ERP. We will talk what is ERP next sessions. ERP, central component. What do you mean by central component? Here hardly 4 to 5 departments it used to support like other ERPs. But when it is introduced as a central component, means it used to support total 36 different modules, 36 different departments end to end, from small organizations to very big giant organizations. It used to support all the departments from small to giant organization. Means the solutions, whatever SAP is giving right now, no any other software will give this many department solutions. 36 department in any huge organization. If you take any giant organization, hardly they may have 12 or 15 departments. Max to max 20 departments. From one department in small organization and giant organization, they may have hardly 20 departments. Clear? And SAP gives a solution for all the 20 departments, not only 20, it will give 36 different modules. It will support 36 different departments. Clear? So if you take SAP, then it will give you the solution, whatever may be the department you will have. Like finance, whatever we discussed, controlling, project system, production and planning, and all the departments, it will give you the support. So from 2004 onwards, here 2004 onwards, clear? This is considered as an SAP era or ERP era from 2004 onwards. Prior to that, ERP known by the people, but it was not boosted like after 2004. and SAP took it like a jet rocket speed from 2004 onwards. Okay, so total 36 departments. Till now, it supports 36 departments. And in the year December 2005, okay, they came up with one more version with adding same few features to this particular modules. They have added few features and they have released one package called enhancement package. Enhancement package in the sense, for example, if I'm having, mine is small business, I'm having 10 departments. I'm having 10 departments. Okay, my organization is the ABC organization. Okay, and I want to purchase SAP. I want to use SAP in my organization. Okay, if I want to install or use SAP software in my organization, okay, then I need to buy SAP software from SAP company. I need to buy SAP software from SAP company. So, okay, when I purchase SAP software from SAP company, then the complete dump will be given to the client by SAP company. Clear? The complete dump they used to give, they will give. Complete dump means I required only 10 departments, but the dump contains how many departments? It will support
Is it 36?
36 departments. Means if you purchase one SAP software, okay, but even though you have only 10 or 12 departments, but you will get the support for all the 36 department software. You may use it or you may not use it according to your requirement. So that is the reason they call it as an enhancement package. Complete package they used to give. And whatever new features are added to after this also, after purchasing also the software, after purchasing of software after a year, the new, probably SAP has introduced new feature. Okay, that feature will be provided to the existing client also who has purchased this particular package. That's the reason we call it as an enhancement project. Changes, whatever features are changed, that changes will be affected in this existing customer client also. Clear? So again, I'm telling you, like here, ECC 6 with EHP 6 version. Okay, EHP 6 version, it used to depend on third-party databases. That is nothing but Oracle database, Microsoft database, Windows, DBase, SQL. Clear? Microsoft Dynamics. Like that, it used to depend on third-party databases till here. Fine. And in the year 2013, okay, as I said that SAP has introduced new version called SAP ECC 6. Okay. SAP ECC 6 with EHP 6 is there till 2013, before 2013. Before 2013. Okay. And SAP ECC 6 with EHP 7 from 2013. What is the difference? So here ECC 6 in the sense, okay, same, no changes in ECC 6, EHP 7, but here the same, both EHP 6 and EHP 7 are third-party dependent, database dependent, but this is without tax module. Without tax module. Okay. And when you are taking ECC 6 with EHP 7 module, then which is nothing but with tax module. They have introduced in this particular version. Earlier, tax module was not there with SAP. They used to take a same third-party tenancy for tax module, tax calculation and all those stuff. Okay. From 2013, SAP has introduced its own tax module, the version called EHP 7 version. EHP 7 version. Even though this is dependent on third-party databases. Got it? So if somebody is using EHP 6 version, means the own SAP tax system was not there, tax module was not there. Clear? But when you say EHP 7, which is nothing but without tax and with tax module, these are the two differences. SAP ECC 6 with EHP 6 means without tax module. We can do tax calculation, but manually. We can do taxes. We can configure taxes, but manually. But when it comes to EHP 7, we are not supposed to do manually. We can do SAP standard. I'll tell you what is SAP standard. Okay, so SAP standard is provided tax module, additional feature. Fine. The latest version now. So here we can dependent on third-party database. So now we are going to cover in our entire course, we are going to cover this particular version. Which version we are going to work? We are going to work on SAP ECC 6 with EHP 7 version. We are going to work. Fine, in ECC module. So here, if you want to install in your system, right, how you need to practice. See, my responsibility is to train you in the course, but practice part and server part, installation part, you need to take care. You need to take care. But I'll advise, I'll give you few references from whom you can take the server access or installation part or whatever it is. But you even you can inquire in the market. If you feel something is more of a beneficiary than whatever numbers I'm giving, then you can take from that. There is no restriction in that. Okay. Across the globe, EHP 7, wherever you take, it works in the same way. Understood? So, see, what does it mean? So, if we are teaching SAP 7, we are doing EHP 7 in the sense, are we ignore EHP 6? Means, whatever features are there from initial 1972 or whatever, all those features will applicable in this particular version, one version. Understood? And this is again, I'm reiterating, this is till this particular version, it is dependent on third-party databases. It could be SQL, it could be Oracle, it could be Microsoft Dynamics, or whatever database, it is dependent on that. Okay. To install SAP software, I want to, as I said, that we are going to do our complete course on this particular version. Right? So what is the prerequisites for that? So either desktop or laptop. So two things we can do. One is we can install server in our system. We can install server in our system. Okay. Next one. What is the next thing you can do? Or I can say put it or we can take remote access, remote server access. We can take remote server access. So what is the challenges and what is the advantage if you install server in our system? Okay. Installation in our system. So what are the prerequisites? Server in the system. Means the server, you need not to depend on the remote or someone. So what is the first of all prerequisites to you want to install in your system? So you need to have either desktop or laptop with minimum configuration of 4 GB RAM is okay, but it will be damn slow. Minimum is, again I'm taking minimum is 8 GB RAM. People will do installation with 4 GB RAM also, but it will take a lot of time to load your server. Okay, almost 15 minutes it will take if you have a 4 GB RAM. Okay, minimum is 8 GB RAM. And when it comes to hard disk drive, at least it should have 500 GB hard disk. This is a prerequisite. It could be i5, whatever may be the generation of your system. It could be i3, i5, i7, or whatever, third generation, fifth generation, seventh generation. Now current is the 13th generation. Whatever may be the generation, it's immaterial. But the RAM capacity minimum is 8 GB and hard disk drive should be minimum of 500 GB if you want to install the server, SAP server, ECC server in your laptop or desktop. Okay, so how to install? What is the issue? Okay, so here, for example, your laptop, I'm taking example of laptop, right? You have purchased a laptop of 1 year ago or something, and along with that, you will get original OS, for example, 2011 OS, Windows 11, I'll say that. Windows 10 or 11 version. Okay, Windows 10 or 11 version of OS you're going to get. Okay, so if you want to install SAP server in your laptop, for example, your system capacity is 8 GB RAM and 500 GB hard disk drive, and you are having Windows original version, licensed version of 10 or 11 OS operating system, right? So if you install this, Windows 10 or 11 will not support to install SAP in your system. So whenever you give for the installation to any other third-party person, we can't do at our home this particular thing. We need to give this particular installation part, we need to do from outside, a basis consultant. So what they will do is, they'll ask you to take the backup of entire operating system and enter your data either in your hard disk or somewhere. Okay, once if you take a backup, okay, of your entire system data, then they will format your system completely. Means they will make it empty your system completely. Whatever, if you didn't took any backup of important data, then it will go on. Okay, they will format your system completely and they will install 2 operating systems, 2 OS they will install. For example, okay, they will make a partition of your 500 GB into 2 divisions. Whatever 500 GB hard disk capacity is there, that they will make it as in 2 partitions. One partition 350 space and one partition 150. Understood? 2 partitions they will do, 350 partition and 150 partitions. And in whatever partition has done in 350, they will install one operating system called Windows NT, Windows networking. And in this particular 150, they will do Windows 2000 Professional or Windows 10 or 11. This is a pirated version. Whatever Windows 11 or 10 they are going to install, it's a pirated version. Means all the features, whatever your original operating system was having, all the features may not work in this pirated versions because it's not a licensed one. It's a demo versions. So that's the reason we won't trust on the pirated versions. Okay, so this is the partition they will do. So what does it mean? 150, as I said, that partition 150, they will install Windows 11, and in 350 version, they will install Windows NT or 2000 Professional. Okay, and in that, in Windows NT, they will install SAP server. And what is the other thing they will install? SAP application. Both it will be get installed along with the server, right? It occupies almost all 320 GB space. It occupies almost all out of 350, 320 GB space it will occupy. Clear? So what it will install? It will install SAP server, the complete server, either SQL server or Oracle server or whatever they are having, the complete server they will install. And this server, it will take, again, I'm telling you, this SAP server itself, it will take 320 GB space from your hard disk. And SAP application, it will take hardly 40 MB space. SAP application won't take much space. It will take only 30 MB or 40 MB space it will take. Clear? And if you install, see, advantage or disadvantage you can take, you will lose your own original operating system. Even though you are taking backup, but you're not going to use here, right? So that is a major disadvantage if you use. And every day when you want to practice, every day when you want to practice, you need to start the server. You need to start the server. You need to start the server. It may take 3 to 5 minutes time according to your RAM capacity. 3 to 5 minutes every day it will take to start the RAM. And after that, you can practice. You can practice. After you are switching on your RAM. And after that, if you want to close, after practicing, you want to close, then you need to close your server. These are the two important things if you install. Need to start properly, need to shut down properly the server. Okay, so it's a one-time investment. It's a one-time investment. If you take a server, install server in your system, it's a one-time. In Hyderabad, in India, Hyderabad, they are charging 500 INR or 400 also. It's a one-time investment. You need not to pay again and again for this. But
So, sorry, sir.
yes, sir.
400 INR or 500 INR. You're talking about ECC server?
Yes, ECC with EHP7.
Okay, sir.
The latest version, whatever I'm going to handle.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So here, every day we need to, the most important thing is every day we need to start the server. We need to close the server properly. Then it will give you a long run. It will give you a long run. But unfortunately, you have started the server properly, no issues. And you have practiced it. But unfortunately, your system laptop battery got drained. Or sometimes what you have done is you have closed directly. A couple of times you did that. Then entire server will get crashed. Entire server will get crashed. So you can't work on SAP. Again, what you need to do? Again, you need to reinstall. Reinstall in the sense, again, we need to pay. So here, the process to start and stop the server, it will take 5 minutes of time. Clear? And it occupies your 350 GB. And most important thing is, other worst part here is, for example, you are practicing. You are practicing, only SAP server will work. Network drivers means your network drivers, nor sound cards will not work. When you install SAP server in that particular partition, 350 partition, okay, the network drivers will not work. Network drivers will not work. What is the disadvantage? If you want to check any Gmail or anything, you can't do in this particular partition. For example, you are facing issue while practicing and you want to share this to your friend or to me, then you can't share this. Online sharing is not possible because no network drivers will work and sound cards will not work. Your speaker will not work. So that is the major other disadvantage. Understood? If you want to do your personal thing, then you can shut down this. You can come out from this 350 and you need to go to this particular partition. Here, everything you can work. Internet will work. Your network drivers will work. Your sound card will work, but SAP won't work here. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Right? So here you can do only SAP activities. MS Word and everything will be there here in this particular notepad and everything. But only for your data entry purpose, it will work. But you want to showcase to outside. You want to exhibit to outside. Then this particular partition, you can't do that. You can't do that. But here, if you want to do your personal work, So that's the reason they'll ask for 500 GB. So that 350 GB completely blocked for SAP only. Right? The complete system is blocked for SAP. So that's the reason they'll ask for 500 GB. Why? Because 150 GB you can use for your personal things. Like you can install your Gmail or whatever activities, Facebook and other stuff. Right? So that is a disadvantage with this installation. Even though that is a 500 rupees per time, if you are not you're not doing proper start and proper shutdown of server, then again it will be get crashed. So
Sir,
again,
when
you
do
need to pay back again and you need to do the installation. And remote installation is not possible. Again, I'm telling you, remote installation, it's not possible. We need to take your laptop, or if you are having a desktop, you need to take your complete hard disk to that basis consultant place and you need to do installation. Remote installation is not possible to install server in SAP server because it takes like around 3 to 4 hours time to install this particular software, particular server. Clear?
sir,
Yeah.
sorry. Sir, हम हमारा क्या होगा sir जो इंडिया में
That's
नहीं
what I'll come to the next particular part. I'm sure, so probably in your place also someone will be there to install this particular SAP.
I have SAP sir already, but not ECC. I'm not sure how do I figure it out. What
I'll
version am
tell
I
you that. I'll show you that. Okay.
Okay.
So the thing is, one more thing. Another thing we have is, this is what I advise majority people, remote server access. Remote server access. See, again, what is a prerequisite to have a remote server access? Right? These all are not important. These all are not important. What is this 8 GB RAM or 500 GB hard disk? Minimum 4 GB is enough. Okay, hard disk drive could be anything. Okay, it could be anything. Right? Version could be anything. So what is remote server access in the sense? We won't install server in our system. Okay, that server will be maintained by someone else, same third party. Okay, what they will do, they will give access to that server. They will give majority, 90% people, the people who want to practice, they will take this particular access. Clear? Remote server access means some basis consultant will maintain that particular server. Clear? And he will give access, okay, to us, and they will install SAP application in our system. Application in our system. Only application. So as I said that it will take hardly 30 MB to 40 MB space. Not more than that. Server will be outside and application will be in your system. Okay. So whenever you want to log in, whenever you want to practice, from where you took the server access, he will give you one user ID and password. Right? You need to just click on, see, like what I'm having right now. So I'm having this. So this is called SAP application. This is called SAP application. For example, you can see, if you click on this properties, see, hardly less than MB, because I'm having in this particular application, I'm having different server, but it is taking 1.17 KB. It's nothing. Kilobyte space it is taking. Right? Hardly it can be considered as a 10 pages of your Word document. 10 pages, 10 pages of your Word document. That much space it will take. Clear? And what we need to do? We need to do just double click. They will give you, they will do this installation part and click on double click here. So you need not to start and stop the server. Directly you can. So here I'm having different servers. But normally if you take, this is called SAP EHP7 GST. So here you can select this. Double click on the server. No, this is as of now, it's not working. Okay, let me check this one. This is also same version. Okay. So here they will give you user ID and password. They will give you user ID and password. So here my user ID is Naveen and password. That's it. If you want to close it, directly you can close it. We will see that how to close the session and all those stuff. So here you can take this particular server access from anywhere, from and across the globe, from anywhere you can take this access. You are in Canada, you are in US, you are in UK. Even though you can take this particular access from India, or I'm in India, I can take from US, I can take from Canada, or any other countries, remote access.
So
Clear?
this is exactly what I have it, but how do I know what version am I using?
I'll tell you which
Okay.
version you are having and all the stuff. Okay. So here for this, they may charge you again, where price will be variant from one server provider to another server provider. According to my knowledge, they are charging 1200 rupees INR for 3 months, I believe, per quarter. Okay. So it is nothing but, for example, 4 months. Okay. So here every 4 months we need to pay 1200 rupees. I'm just giving, but not maximum, not more than this. Not more than this. So 1200 INR per quarter they are charging. So our course itself is 8 to 9 months or 10 months. If you take for 1 year subscription, right? 12 into 4, 4,800 additionally we need to pay. Okay. This is only ECC version. This is only ECC. And when it comes to, is this clear, everyone? So my advice, instead of installation, you go for remote server access. Remote server access. So that would be more beneficial than the installation part. Clear? Any other questions? Okay, they are charging around 1200 or something. Even I'm not sure. Just check it out. I'll give you the numbers if you want, or if you know anyone, then you can take from them. Clear? Or 1600 max to max for per quarter. Okay. And one more thing. So this is the version. So till here, what we were talking, this is the thing. This particular version you need to take. This particular version you need to take SAP ECC 6 with EHP 7. This particular version server you need to take. If you are doing installation also, you need to ask for this installation. If you are taking remote access also, you need to take this particular version. Means in this, we are going to cover the existing everything. Okay. And one more thing we have got is S/4HANA. We know that. What is HANA? HANA is nothing but SAP own database. SAP own database. Okay. So in India itself, we can't install. So the latest version in HANA and whatever. Okay. The latest version ECC 6. The latest version is EHP 8 version. I'm sorry. ECC 6 with EHP 8. This is the latest version. Means this will work on HANA database, not on third-party databases. Not on third-party databases. So what is the prerequisites? Why we are covering this? Why we are not install? Can we install this particular thing? It's impossible to install. It is impossible to install in your laptop or desktop. Why? It required a 1 year 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 1 500 GB. I'm saying 500 GB of RAM, not hard disk, RAM. Now we have hardly 16 GB RAM in our desktop and laptops, not more than that. But here it required to install this particular version, HANA database. We required 500 GB of RAM and hard disk more than 1 terabyte. More than 1 terabyte. So it cost you round about this particular configuration, still not available in the market, but I am sure it is there in US market. But Indian currency, if you take, it would be around, the laptop cost would be around 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs. With this configuration. Clear? So what, we can't install this particular software in our normal desktops or laptops. Whatever generations we are having right now, 13th generation or 14th generation, we can't install this particular software in our system. So for that, definitely we need to depend on remote access only, remote server access only. Okay. And normally they are charging per month, not per quarter. They are charging 1500 to 2000 INR. I'm taking INR only. INR per month. Per month. Okay. Because we can't install this much RAM, we don't have in India, right? So for that, we need to go for remote access. And for that, again, if I say our course would be 10 months course, right? So you need to add every month, you need to pay 2,000. So at almost all, it takes 20,000 rupees. Additional 20. So what I advise is, I advise only to just take EHP 7 version of access. That's it. Don't go with this particular server access. So once we start S4 HANA part, once we start with S4 HANA part, I will give my credentials to everyone. So you need not to spend amount on for this. I'll give my credentials. Clear? My credentials to all the students, right? So you people can practice on S4 HANA. So that's the reason you can have your own ECC version. Okay. And the server S4 HANA one, HANA database one, I'll give my credentials. So that you need not to spend every month 2,000 or 1,500 bucks, right? You can do it till our practice. Once it is done, our course is done, right? And after that, if you want to take, then at that particular point of time, you can take it if it's depend on you. But if you feel that it's not required, I'm a good. See, again, I'm telling you, there is no much changes between ECC with HANA database. Hardly 20% changes are there. 80% it's the same, but only 20% is difference. Changes are there when compared to ECC with S4 HANA. So those changes you can practice again and again so that you won't forget what is the difference. This is the thing. Okay, this is about your application, SAP application and SAP requirements. So my advice to go with SAP remote access, correct? And same time, you can go with ECC 6 with EHP 7 version. And tomorrow session, I'll show you how to check the version. And tomorrow we are going to get into the theoretical part of what is SAP, what is R1, R2, R3, right? What do you mean by an ERP? How ERP works? Those things we will see in tomorrow's session. Fine. Who are the founders and all those stuff we will see in tomorrow's session. Any questions still here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it about.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll continue
Mhm.
tomorrow's session. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.